This is the last time Caitlin Clark herself played the Atlanta Dream. Now, I believe the second half of this game, Caitlin Clark came out on fire. You can look it up because Caitlin Clark went off on Stephanie White in a tunnel. Now, there is a video that has not been released to the public. I've seen the video of this argument in the tunnel. Now, do I want to say...
What's up, Baisley fam? Oh, this one's nuclear. There's a secret video out there, locked away from the public eye. A tunnel clash so chaotic it could have nuked entire careers. The guy who caught it on camera refuses to post it because it makes Caitlin Clark look absolutely ruthless. But he's seen it, confirmed it's real. And that sideline flare-up against Atlanta? Please, that was just the teaser trailer for what came next. Most fans saw the clip and scrolled away, completely missing the real story underneath. Because if you know how to read body language, if you understand the frustration patterns of elite athletes, that hand gesture wasn't irritation, it was implosion. That was her breaking point, and breaking points don't drop out of the sky. They build, layer by layer, over months of bottled-up tension until something finally detonates. Here's the connection everyone's sleeping on. Caitlin Clark spent a full season being forced into a system that strangled everything that made her electric. The logo threes, the chaos, the Iowa magic that had millions tuning into women's basketball for the first time. Stephanie White's motion offense erased all of it, piece by piece. So the real question isn't whether Caitlin cracked, it's how long she kept her composure before finally saying, enough.
Catalogs of videos breaking this stuff down prior to the season even starting, letting y'all know how this was just spells disaster for Caitlin Clark 2025 season. I mean, I was one of the first whistleblowers. I mean, back in February, March of last year, April last year, telling y'all this offense is not going to work. Guys, at least for Caitlin. It's going to work for the Fever, but it's not going to work for Caitlin Clark and her style of play. I would vehemently...
Notice how confident he sounds with this prediction. It's not some wild guess. This isn't gossip. It's pattern recognition from someone who's dissected Stephanie White's entire coaching playbook for years. He called it a train wreck back in February, March, and April. Long before the season even tipped off, he was already warning everyone that this offensive scheme would suffocate Caitlin Clark's brilliance. And here's the part that should keep Fever fans up at night. He nailed it. The stats scream the truth. Caitlin's three-point attempts plummeted, her usage rate sank, and those highlight reel moments that made Iowa must-watch TV, they turned from nightly fireworks to rare sightings. But stats only show the surface. They don't reveal the deeper story of why it mattered. Now picture what motion offense really demands. Constant cutting, endless screens, reading 5 moving targets at once. Sure, it's beautiful when it clicks, but it's the polar opposite of how generational scorers thrive. You'd never force Steph Curry to run motion sets for 30 straight plays. You wouldn't chain Luka Doncic into a system robot. You build around their genius, their gravity, their ability to conjure magic from chaos. Yet Stephanie White took women's basketball's most electrifying talent and jammed her into a rigid structure. And when that machine began to malfunction, when the injuries piled up and the Connecticut formula flopped in Indiana, the frustration stopped hiding and started boiling.
Because I believe the second half of that season, Christy Sides understood how to play Caitlin Clark. Christy Sides understood what type of player Caitlin Clark was and is. Hence why they went on a run that they did. Now, had we had Christy Sides this year, I believe the Indiana Fever don't have as many injuries. Because I've been telling y'all, some people are going to be mad about this. I know y'all get mad when
Wait, hold everything. This is where the plot goes from spicy to straight up wild. He's dropping a claim that completely flips last season's media narrative on its head. Remember, the story we were all fed? Firing Christy Sides was necessary. She couldn't maximize the roster. Stephanie White, the golden savior. With her championship resume, was supposed to unlock the Fever's hidden potential. But what if the media got it totally backwards? What if Christy Sides actually cracked the code during that late playoff push? Check the receipts. The Fever stumbled out of the gate. Everyone blamed Sides. Until something shifted. Suddenly, they went on that tear, made the semifinals, and it wasn't because of some genius tactical overhaul. It was because Sides finally realized what every Iowa fan's been screaming for years. Hand Caitlin Clark the ball and let her cook. Now, here's where it gets chaotic. He's claiming Stephanie White's defensive grind actually caused the injury meltdown. That forcing offensive stars like Kelsey Mitchell to play suffocating high-pressure defense for endless minutes shredded their bodies. That the motion offense, built on nonstop cutting and screens, wore them down to dust. Fair take, or just convenient blame spinning? Well, look at the receipts. Stephanie White's old squad, the Connecticut Sun, never sealed the deal either. They got close, sure, but when the pressure peaked, the system cracked, and now in Indiana, with more talent on paper, deja vu all over again. Strong regular season, playoff burnout, and one superstar growing visibly more frustrated as the months dragged on.
Let me show y'all something. So this is the clip right here, right? Now, in this clip, right here that I'm about to show you, it's Caitlin Clark visibly and pretty much agitated with Stephanie White. Now, if you guys remember this game, this is one of the last time, matter of fact, is this the last time Caitlin Clark herself played the Atlanta Dream? Now, I believe the second half of this game, Caitlin Clark came out on fire. You can look it up because Caitlin Clark went off on Stephanie White in a tunnel. Now, there is a video that has not been released to the public. I've seen the video of this argument in the tunnel. Now, do I want to say how bad this video looks for Caitlin? It looked bad. I mean, she's really snapping at Stephanie White in this tunnel after this set scene. Now, I hope that video don't ever come to light. I really don't, but I have seen it, and it does exist. Now, that is not allegedly. Those are facts. Cold, hard facts. That it's a video that was right after this in that damn...
Watch that clip again? Seriously, watch it. Don't just see a player fuming during a timeout. Study the body language. Those hands flying up, that's not a "come on, guys" gesture. That's a "why are we even doing this" gesture. Big difference. One means she's annoyed with execution. The other screams total rejection of the game plan itself. And then there's Stephanie White's reaction. Cold, detached, laser-focused on her clipboard, acting like Caitlin Clark's frustration doesn't even exist. Maybe that's tough love coaching, or maybe it's the clearest sign yet that this tension wasn't new. It was a volcano months in the making, both sides done pretending to fix it. Now here's where the tunnel rumor goes nuclear. If that video really exists, if it's half as brutal as claimed, this wasn't a random blow-up. This was built-up rage finally detonating, and the fact that it's been locked away, that nobody's dared leak it, that says everything. Because in today's world, everything leaks. Except the stuff so explosive it could destroy reputations for good. Think about what would have to break inside Caitlin Clark, the poised superstar who endured a season of hits, headlines, and chaos, to lose it behind closed doors. What level of frustration does that take? What kind of unresolved war between player and coach has to exist for that moment to happen? And here's the million-dollar question the media won't touch. If that confrontation really went down, and it was that intense, how did they even coexist afterward? Did they patch things up, or just fake smiles for the cameras while the resentment kept simmering all the way into 2026?